All right. Thank and praise the Most High for another day. Allow us to be here, to come here. We got breaking news or story that I want to report on. I think it's significant for the body of Christ, for the Israelites to just consider this type of thing is happening in every city. We know that this is the system of racism. This is the system of gentrification at work. And these people act as if they don't know what's going on with the Israelites and the people of God. They act like, oh, these people are just so out of whack. They are so degenerate. They are worse than any other people on the earth. And we don't know who they are and where they came from. We know our fathers had them in slavery, and maybe rightly so, because they are the bottom of the barrel when it comes to humans and human morals. Okay, this is the narrative they're trying to paint. So I'm going to go to a story here and show you what's happening in Indpls. Show you what's happening here in Indpls. It's happening everywhere. These are some people here, and they are reporting on a breaking story.
And police are on the scene of another shooting. This was at a church that also...
This is fair use. This is for educational purposes. This is for our First Amendment. This is to help us assemble back to being the nation who we are, that they so wickedly tore us away from our heritage. We have all the history. We have all the records. We have all the books proving. We can prove who we are, and we can prove that they are participating in a crime. These people right here, these news reporters, are participating in a crime. This is conspiracy to genocide the people of this land, the copper-tongued people, the Israelites, the true Americans. And here what he started off with. Here, once again, we got a situation. Once again, let me do it again. Once again, they got a situation.
On the scene of another shooting. This is a church that also operates a daycare.
Now, the thing about it, he know this church and this daycare belongs to see how excited he seems? He know this daycare belongs to a pastor and his wife and the community around them. And it's remarkable what these people as Christians done to this community with this daycare center and where they started from. But these people are excited to report this bad news, it seems. Don't you think so? One more time, let's see their enthusiasm.
This is at a church that also operates a daycare near 10th and Home. They're on the scene of another shooting. This was at a church that also operates a daycare near 10th and Home.
Let's get right out to Lindsay Stone now, because this is just really unimaginable. Lindsay,
she said it's really unimaginable. They've been shooting and killing people in this neighborhood for years. Why is it so unimaginable now? I'll tell you. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I'll tell you why she's saying that.
How about this church and the daycare?
We just spoke with police moments ago, and they confirmed.
Listen, look at her face and her expression. This is a black neighborhood, supposedly. I'm giving you some hints.
Can't even believe this is coming out of my mouth, at a woman dropping off.
She can't believe this is coming out of her mouth. Can you believe over millions, hundreds of millions of people that you displaced and killed and murdered and raped? That the reason why you're standing here talking about your mouth is so blessed and you can't believe that you're reporting on this is because you're standing on stolen ground right now. You're standing on stolen ground. Your ancestors, the reason why you can stand there and talk that mess is because your ancestors raped and robbed everybody in this country. Raped and robbed everybody. Even the kids that are going to be born later this week, this day. You raped and robbed everybody. When you did it to one of us, our ancestors, it poured down on all of us. That's why this neighborhood, that's why you're seeing this shooting here. I don't give a damn what it's supposed to be about, but it's really about white supremacy.
Children was gunned down right in the parking lot of that daycare, right in with police moments ago, and they confirmed, I mean, I can't even believe this is coming out of my mouth, that a woman dropping off her children was gunned down right in the parking lot.
Gunned down. When are you going to say anything? What? It's gunned down when you think black people did it. It must be domestic, because she's using words like gunned down. Like, you know, to make the narrative sound worse, terrible, horrible. Outlaw people. Outlaw. They've been outlawed. Your nasty mouth.
Of that daycare, right in front of her children. We've not been told how many kids she has, but we know.
Now you care about the kids seeing their parents being destroyed. You never cared about that. We know you don't, because you work for the people. You work for the same people that's doing it. They funded the slave trade. They paid insurance. They had insurance out. Their relatives, your Jewish people, had insurance on. They paid the slave owners for their loss. Media, they formed this narrative that these people who they have, these came over here and destroyed their living, their life, destroyed their life. Now these people are so horrible of people. Okay? They're such bad people. Go ahead, liar.
Children weren't the only witnesses. This is right in the middle of drop-off. We're talking about 7:20 this.
So it wasn't the children weren't the only witnesses. So there are people that UPS and everybody coming up. UPS, I'll be right out there. There are people. So evidently they know it must have been, like I said, somebody black. Because if it was white, they'd have tight lips. They wouldn't be trying to form a narrative like this, right?
And we know other parents and other children saw this happen this morning. I'm going to step out of the way here. We got here a couple of minutes ago, and I can tell you it was a very, very graphic scene. We've seen a lot of community members grieving, loudly walking up in the streets, just taking in this horrible scene. Police are telling us that multiple shots were fired. They haven't said how many, but we do know a woman has died this morning.
And another thing, if it is a black man, which we believe it is, that would form a narrative that black people go into schools and shoot up kids too. That's what they're going to try to form. Black people do shootings at schools too. The only problem you're going to have with trying to make that fit is that this man didn't go in here, or woman, we don't know who the perpetrator is right now, didn't go in there shooting kids. So, sorry, that's not going to work. You're going to have to come up with something else, right? You're going to have to come up with something else, right? He didn't walk in there killing kids, okay?
As you just mentioned, they are escorting all of the children out of the daycare, out the back entrance, down an alleyway. They believe right now that they have a person of interest, a suspect. They've not released that description because they've had different descriptions from witnesses, so they're not releasing a suspect description at this time. There's no one.
Wait a minute. You got a suspect who you believe is the person, but you don't want to release his description because you got several different descriptions. So you might not have the right suspect, dude. It might be a Caucasian in a black person's mask. You know, it might be one of your agents. So we don't know who it is yet. Okay? I'm going to tell you about this neighborhood, why they so worried about this neighborhood now. This is Hallville. They've never been worried about Hallville. But this is a Black Wall Street too, right? Just like Fountain Square here. We found out in the 1800s it was owned by black people, by Israelites, copper-tone people, the original people of this land, right?
Custody, but right now police are working to get answers right now. Again, this is just a horrible situation. police, kind of said very emotionally to me that there were a lot.
Yeah, it's horrible, man. Whenever our sisters and brothers are found acting out in this situation and hurting each other, it's horrible. But the big picture here is that these people think they have no responsibility in this, right? That's the big picture, man. That's the big picture. Okay? Now that's the big picture.
People who are upset this morning, a lot of kids, a lot of parents saw this. Again, happening at 7:20, right in the middle of that drop-off time. Right now, we're working to get more answers. I'm trying to get that suspect description for you, but again, we don't have a lot of answers right now, still a lot of questions. We're pretty far back from the scene right now because unfortunately, as I came upon this is a...
You don't have the suspect description. All your police friends out here, I bet you know who's sitting in that car. You know if he's black or white. You know that. That's why, I read you. Micro expressions better than a lie detector test. We are lie detectors, okay? And you people are full of damn deceit and lies. You have no feeling for these people. You are only here to promote your own interests. And I'll tell you people in a minute what their interest is.
Very, very graphic scene, one of the worst I've seen, and to just think about the fact that her children saw this is honestly, Angela and Zach, just
You really care about that woman? The only way, it might be a white woman, because, this is a Christian church. They'll let anybody in there. And now, I'm going to give you another little hint. The neighborhood is just about all white and Mexicans now. White Mexicans and white people. Can you believe Hallville is... Wait a minute.
Right now. So we're going to work to get that suspect description. Police did want to mention they don't believe that this is a threat to the public. They believe this is some sort of targeted attack. So we're going to work to get information to you as soon as we know more. We should have an update hopefully in about 45 minutes. Send it back to you.
Okay. So y'all see what's happening, right? Y'all see what's happening, right? What's happening is these people have taken this neighborhood back, taken it over. This has always been a mixed neighborhood. And then it became predominantly black. The white people went south over the tracks right there in Michigan. Then the VA hospital, Indiana Avenue, all of that. The White River up there about a mile and a half up that way. That's east. That was all black. And then about 2 miles going north, up towards 16th Street, Sharon, and all up through there, Lafayette Road, and all down through there. That's going north, about 2 or 3, 4 miles, black. Then going east, you start going to a speedway. You're going to run into the white again, about another mile down there. So in about a 2-mile radius, it was all black. And now they have taken this neighborhood back, taken it over, remodeled the houses, moved in white Mexicans, and everybody else white that'll come in here and buy a house. They tried to sell me a house over here, but I didn't want to live over here. And there were houses for $40,000. They raised the price to $90,000, $110,000. I know the houses. Not a lot of work has been done in these houses, but they've taken this neighborhood back, and this man's is the only black business still here. And I'm going to tell you something about this black business. You see the roof lines, the bottom of the roof lines in this building, in these buildings? That back building wasn't even there when he bought this. It was this building right here. None of the roof didn't have these kind of roofs, these gable roofs. It didn't have these roofs. It's about a 12-12. It didn't have them. It just had flat roofs. And this part over here was not even there. He built this place, this new facility. He's a good Christian preacher. He's pretty dynamic. Although he's devilish, he's also let all kind of people back in here, back in this building, homosexuals and everybody. They have big church fiascos here. So he's wicked as hell. But he started off quoting scriptures. But so yeah, you can see, to put all that roof and build them buildings in there, they made a lot of money from this community, and the community loved them being here. But now, it's basically predominantly all Edomites. My neighborhood where I grew up at, all Edomites. And they even said they was going to change they tried to change the name. So now we don't have any landmark of where we came from. All right? In all of the cities, that's what's happening. Okay? So I want to get one scripture. See, we're going to get this scripture here. Tell you what's happening with Esau. Let's see if I can get it here. Pull it up. Yeah. Zachariah 11:5. This is what's happening. Who possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. See, that's why, that's the narrative. That's all white supremacist narrative. We don't know what happened to these people. We don't know why they are so wicked. Look what's going on in their community. They are the lowest on the totem pole. That makes Esau, right now they going hard at it because the truth is out. The devil's been revealed on the earth. Trust me. The devil's been revealed, and even children and even everybody know who these devils are now. And since this queen has died, we're going to try to do some videos on that. Everybody knows that this queen was the head of devils, was the head of those 10 horns for 70 years. I think longer than any devil has ever reigned in power doing their devilish. She reigned the longest. She was their symbol of we own the earth. Look, we have everything. She set up like the Lady Liberty. That's the Lady of Liberty right there, that queen. Because they had her set. What woman can rule the world like that? They had her propped up, set, proof that they really rule the world. They've got all the gold. They've got all the power. Everybody's backing her and worshiping her. Even the popes, they sit and worship her crown. The religious leaders of the earth worship this damn devil. And what's got them crying is that their God had taken their leader down, so she ain't a God no more. It is a God higher than her, because she's dead. She's dead. He killed her. God killed that queen. Killed their queen. And for this reason right here, they hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, they that sell the people, okay? They that sell the people. That's what they've done. They are belligerent trustees over us. They'll call themselves government and running our government, but they have made merchandise of us. Revelation. And they are selling us to the highest bidder daily. Aren't our birth certificates on the stock market? Right? Right? Weren't we the highest commodity? Higher than all the other commodities that on the earth ever been? Any commodity higher than us? No. They prove that we are more valuable than anything else on the earth. That's God. That was God. Deuteronomy 7:6. We're better than anything, anybody on the earth to God. That's how he looks at us. And these people, they can do this and hold them. They got to be the devil. And once Israelites wake up and be able to call the devil, then you can say they've been cured from their Stockholm syndrome. Okay? They've been cured from Stockholm syndrome because they can call the devil the devil. They can call their oppressor an oppressor, a wicked oppressor. So it says, and they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. See, so what they are saying that God blessed them by putting us in their hands, giving them power on the earth. They still look at Esau's blessing as a blessing and not a curse. They want you to think that, but really, why are they so jealous of Jacob's blessing? If they think their blessing is that they are in a greater position than us from the result of the blessings. See, he's the elder son. Esau's the elder son, and he thought he was supposed to get a greater blessing than Jacob. But he sold his blessing and then tried to report it stolen. Okay? So this is where we at. It said he thinks that he's rich because God loves him. And their owner and their own shepherds pity them not. Okay. They that sell them. So in other words, this could be talking about our own leaders. Yeah, this is talking about our own leaders, our preachers, our business owners, our athletes, everybody who say they are a role model to the poor people here, and we need to look up to them, and they can show us the way out of this poverty and out of this captivity. God dog it, you damn devils, you can't show us nothing. Their own shepherds pity them not. You don't care about us. Let me tell you something. The people telling you to go vote for another nation to keep ruling over you, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. This should be enough right here to just let us know we need to give up on this system and put them down, man. Put them down. Okay? I'm going to be reading some stuff. See, this right here is why we need to know the whole truth. Because they're going to keep lying to us until we present them with the truth. Stand up like the nation we are and demand that they stop trying to treat us like we're not human. We're not in their government. We got our own government, the laws of God. We got our own governor, Jesus Christ. We don't need Yahweh. We don't need y'all as governors. We don't need you guys for nothing. None of you nations. And until we come back together and resist their government, then they're going to keep onesies and twosies in us, nickels and diming us, catching us sleeping. They can't beat us as a whole nation, and y'all too stupid to put them damn Roland Martins and all of them athletes and rap artists and all that hip hop glorifying the world. Y'all still glorifying y'all these Israelites, all these hip hop songs, and y'all still glorifying the world, man. Y'all need to come up with your own music. If you're gonna use rap, man, make some decent rap. But you know, even the Israelite camps, they still sleep, man. Until y'all come back and stand up politically and let the people know that you are woke and you are demanding that they recognize us as for who we are. We got all the history. They don't have to listen to us, but the next time one of they goddamn police run up on us, then we charging him with a crime. Treason. And we gonna hold him in our jails until we can work out something with you people, with his country. So if y'all keep running your agents up on us, and we're gonna take them into captivity. We're gonna take y'all into captivity. Because Jesus didn't say be punks. He said sell your purse, sell your clothes, and buy some swords. Because y'all gonna have to start acting like governors down here and judges. Can't be wimps. They know y'all a bunch of damn punks, man. Y'all gotta form these teams, man. Even the neighborhoods association is forming teams and getting radios and making sure everybody stay in tune and in touch with each other so they can run out and capture anybody that's doing wrong in their neighborhood. Y'all got to do that. I don't care where you're living at. You got to get some radios and get some teams, security teams. You got to do it. Okay? Let me read it again. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that and they that sell them, talking about the white and the black. Now see, that's the history y'all got to get. White and black sold us. Israelites sold Israelites. Yes, they did, but not into that kind of slavery. They sold them into, they've always had slaves. And you will always be able to go to one of your brothers and say, let me be a slave to you so I can pay my debt. Let me work for you. That's what they call a slave. You do anything, you got to do anything a person tell you to do, then you are putting yourself in slavery. I'll work for you whatever you want me to do. That's what we do when we go on jobs. You gonna tell me we ain't enslaving each other when we won't have to work for somebody? You shouldn't have to work for nobody to survive. You should have your own land, your own food, your own water, and your own transportation. You don't need no government to help you get that. That's silly. You are your own government. You are your own state. You are your own estate. No government can come and tell you they are ruling you, because you know God-given rights is to everybody, and that one of those God-given rights is that no man can rule over another man. And so if you won't fight for that, then they'll take you. They'll take your right. They'll take jurisdiction over you. So you gotta let them know you'll fight for them. They know they can't whoop us, man. And God ain't on their side no more. So we don't have to fight them. Let's just stand up and demand our human rights. Inalienable rights. That means it can't be revoked and can't be given away. So they can't say, well, y'all volunteered to let us rule over you. No, that's God-given. You can't do that. So you are treason against God, and you are harming him, and we have the right to stand up and defend ourselves against you taking our inalienable rights away. Okay? So we're going to end this video. Say God bless you. And we got to keep this First Amendment, man. We got to come back. Now, General Yohana is the only one really got it right now. He's got it. He's pushing it. The rest, and you know, I was kind of against him, was saying he might be the only man that can push this thing. The guy might be pushing getting to set this nation back in order and get the government started. We know we can't come out of slavery until they dead. Jesus Christ, Yahweh is the only one that can get us out of slavery. We're not trying to get out of slavery. We're resisting the devil. We got to get him to get off of us some kind of way. So the only way we can do that, we got to stand up and display readiness to go to war with them. Okay, we'll see what happens. But before I get out of here, man, I want to say what I got to say to help my people, because you know I'm getting old, man. I ain't gonna be able to do a lot. And they done turned our young men into cowards. So we're going to need you men who are ready, Israelites ready to stand up and be ready, man. All right, Zachariah, we know y'all carry guns. Y'all protect yourself. General Yohana and a lot of other groups and these men and every black Israelite, spoken and unspoken, need to start protecting themselves, man, and their people. And stop sinning. You got to stop sinning for this to work. You can't be out there doing everything, carrying guns, selling dope, and thinking you protecting your neighborhood. No. God gonna let them kill your black ass. You got to be on point with God, with the laws, man. God bless you.